Hi again, everybody, and welcome to Around the Town with Chuck. My name is Chuck Guglielmo, and it is Monday, December the 29th, and we are here recording today's show on or at the New Leaf Event Center. And thank you to those watching on the Great Wave app Channel 6, for all of you watching on Spectrum Channel 1024, and again for all of you watching online on Vimeo. I have a Conneaut stud, a Conneaut star, a Conneaut celebrity, whatever you want to be called, Bradley Eaton. Bradley, thanks for coming on. You've been on a couple of times, maybe more than that.
Well,
thanks for coming on today.
Thanks for having me back. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, we got to have you back. We got to get updates on everything, and we got lots to talk about. Plus, we're going to have a little fun, too. We're going to play some game questions. How do you like that?
Sounds good.
All right, Bradley, first thing I want to know is, what was your initial reaction entering the prestigious Princeton University?
Yeah.
Back in August, was it?
Yep, I went down August 20th. I was down there for a few weeks this summer, just as freshmen. We weren't there the whole time, but I will be there going forward through the summers. But it wasn't necessarily like a shock, but it definitely took some adjusting to get used to. Like, first, like fall camp, like people, like Division I football players, they always like dread fall camp, and I didn't really know what that like entailed until I actually like went through it, and it's a lot. Like and that was like my initial time down there. Like right when I got there, we were in fall camp, and that's literally you have practice and meetings and film from 6 in the morning to 9:45 at night for a month straight.
Wow.
And it like I did nothing but football. I went to sleep. I woke up. I had lifting at 6 a.m. We'd have practice, film, meetings, and then it was a lot of like different, just like things you have to do for like the NCAA, like special meetings with trainers, special meetings with this. But it was morning to night. All I did was football, eat, sleep. That's it for a month. And that was like my initial like time getting down there. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, like I hope it gets better than this, you know? Like I was in like the
thank God it was a sport, something you love.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But then it got better once we got into like season, and it like, you know, calmed down a little bit when classes started. But then, I mean, you just have, instead of in football all day, you're just in classes, and then football early in the morning and late at night. So
you're how old? 19?
19.
19 years old, Bradley, and you've already made two major decisions in your life.
Yeah.
One, going to St. Edward's, where you excelled, and now going to Princeton. At 19 years old, not many people are making, life-changing decisions. I know your decision for St. Ed. You've explained that before. Now, how did we end up with Princeton?
Well,
at one time, I thought you were telling me about a Big Ten school.
Well, yeah. So pretty much, football-wise, I mean, I had a bunch of offers for wrestling, but I chose football, and obviously, I wanted to go to the Big Ten. I talked with Indiana a lot. I was close with Duke, almost even right up to the end. Right when I committed to Princeton, and then a couple days later, Duke was still texting me, oh, this and that, but that didn't pan out necessarily. So I thought, well, there was a couple options left. I was, I was either going to go into the MAC and play, at OU or Kent or a school like that, or I was going to go, because I didn't really want to go to the academies, like Army or Air Force. So I was like, okay, go into the MAC, play a few years, maybe try to hit transfer portal, or I could go to the Ivy League and redshirt, still have a year when I was done, and then transfer. So then I'm just sitting down weighing my options. I was like, I could either go to a MAC school, get a MAC education. There's nothing wrong with a MAC education. I'm not, downplaying that at all. It's just, once in a lifetime opportunity to get an Ivy League education. So I was like, I could either go to the MAC, try to portal up, and then if it doesn't work out, and let's say I never talk to those Big Ten schools again that I was close to, or the ACC schools, then I have a MAC degree, which there's not, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. But I thought, well, if I go to Princeton for 4 years and I save my first year eligibility like I did this year, then I play there for 4 years, graduate with a Princeton degree, and still have a year of eligibility left to portal, and try to go to, the schools that I dreamed about. And I just thought that was a better, fallback plan. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, if football doesn't, pan out for that 5th year to go play big time, at least I can say, well, I went to the best school in the country and got the best degree I could. And that, you know what I mean? So I just thought that was the best route for me, just weighing my options.
Just outstanding. And Don and JJ, those are Bradley's parents. And I know when you had to make these two decisions, of course you conversed with them, but it was totally up to you from both of them and any other family members that perhaps you may have discussed it with.
Yeah, I mean...
Am I right on that?
Yeah, it was definitely, my decision. But I think one of the things, my dad kept saying, with the Ivies was, how could you not go there? And that's, kind of, what fell back on, this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
And, I guess I didn't even realize that till I went, I'd say. It hasn't even set in yet, but it was, more than football at that point. Getting to go to a school like this is it's crazy, So it was just, it just naturally ended up coming down to, I didn't want to, in 30 years be why would I not have gone
exactly
to Princeton? You know what I mean? That's what it just came down to. And that was another, go back to St. Ed's. It was the same thing with that decision. I don't want to look back and be man, I should have did this, should have done that. My wrestling coach at St. Ed's always says there shoulda, coulda, woulda people, and then there's actually people who just do it.
Right.
And that's what he always told us, be the people that do it. Don't be sitting at a bar in 30 years saying, well, I could have done this, I should have done that, I wish I would have done this. You just do it, and that's how I try to live my life. So, and that's another reason I went there. I was I'm just going to do it so I can say the rest of my life I did it,
Speaking of St. Ed's, did you keep tabs on their football season?
I did.
How did they do?
They had a good year. They actually ended up losing in the same spot as we did last year. They made it to the state semifinals again.
Were they a younger team?
Yeah,
St.
definitely.
Ed's?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
With some seniors. They had a lot of seniors too. Again, they had a good year.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't. I was so busy with traveling and just practicing all the time, and I wasn't didn't get to watch every game like I wanted to. But
I got so much I want to talk to Bradley about. So Bradley, let's start with education. Let's start there first. Grades K through 2, you went to Lakeshore, is that correct? All right, put your mind to work. Favorite teacher at Lakeshore only?
Oh, jeez, this is at Lakeshore only. Well, okay, this is
Can't pick your
Mrs.
mom.
Eaton. That's what I was gonna say.
Can't
My
pick your
mom. I don't know.
She's been teaching for quite a few years now.
That's too hard. Here's the thing. I'll say I have great memories.
Remember them all?
Yeah, I have great memories from each class. I had Mrs. Heinen as a kindergarten teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I had Mrs. Webster, which both they were both awesome teacher, and then I had Mrs. Tish, who I have great. I can't pick a favorite.
You can't pick one?
No, that's.
I'll pick one for you. How about that?
What? Which one?
I'll pick Wendy Tish.
All right. Yeah, I like Mrs. Tish.
Now, what grade was she? Because
she taught
eventually
second.
became a principal.
Second, then she went to principal.
Yeah.
And then I think she's up
down in Andover.
To Andover now. Yep.
Gateway Elementary. Bradley was there for grades 3, 4, 5. You have a favorite there?
I did have Mrs. Gebhardt.
Okay.
For 4th grade.
Adam wasn't teaching there at the time.
I mean, yeah, but you said I couldn't say.
Well,
I couldn't say.
No, that's
my
a little
mom.
bit
So then, I had Adam. Yeah, Adam. But I also had Mrs. Gleason. She was. I didn't have Adam as a teacher.
Oh, you did not?
I did not. No, I did not have
okay.
Adam as a teacher. I had Mrs. Gleason for 5th grade, Mrs. Greenfield for 3rd, and Mrs. Gebhardt for 4th.
Okay. Any favorite? I'm putting you on the spot.
I am. I'll
you like
say,
them all. Let's say
yeah,
you like them all.
I like them all.
Unless you really have someone. Then you went to Conneaut Middle School,
Yeah.
grade 6, 7, and 8. What about over there?
Favorite over there? That's tough. I had a lot of teachers. I mean, middle school is when you start switching. So I had 7 teachers each year.
Oh, switching, you mean classes?
Yeah, like you had different...
Even the sixth graders switch?
The periods. You had started having different periods. That's like I said, I have great memories from all of them. Like,
well, that's good.
Like, thinking back, like Mr. Wahanick, Mrs. Pate.
Good that you have those great memories.
I had Mrs. Vendetti, Aunt Mrs. Anderjack, Mr. Van Slake, Mr. Calusi. Like,
I think that's great that you can't pick somebody because that means what it means. Everybody you liked.
Well, right. Well, I think, like, teacher-wise, every person you meet in your life and spend time with, like, leaves a different mark on you or teaches you a different lesson or, something sticks with you. So it's hard to, like, look back and be like, oh, that person was my favorite. Because even if it was a class I wasn't, totally, like, fond of, I still learned something from being around, like, teachers like that. So
from about, age 5 to 14, you were in the Conneaut schools.
Yep.
Then that decision came to go to St. Ed. I know you had said that, you had friends here and stuff, and you were weighing that into it. And I don't remember, about how long did it take you to make that decision? Was it right away after the 8th grade year?
Well, no, it was kind of like leading up. I think, like, it started after 6th grade, I won states for wrestling. Mm-hmm. And I remember my dad saying, he was like, maybe you should go, like, to a different high school, just to, push myself in different, the sports. And
weren't you thinking one of the Erie schools?
And I was. And originally I was tied up with Cathedral Prep through wrestling, through soccer. But I got a call to go wrestle on a team down in Virginia Beach. That was, like, the middle school team of St. Ed's. And then once I went there, I started then going to practice 2 days a week up with that team, and then I just kind of fell in love with it. And then I was like, I never thought, I actually, like, it's crazy, but they have an entrance exam to take to get into Eds,
St. Ed's,
and you have to take it to get in. Like, there's no, like, if you don't take it, you're not gonna, it's not that you
what do you have to score on it?
It's not that you have to score, like, a specific thing to get in. It's just, like, you have to take the placement test in order to get in the school. And I remember me, like, kind of not throwing a fit, but being like, I don't want to go take a 3-hour test to a school I'm not going to go to. And then I took it because it was, like, I had to take it, like, way prior. My dad's like, just take it just to, just in case you want to go to that school. And I ended up going, which is just crazy.
What's an example of something they wanted to know on the test?
Well, it was just like a baseline to know, like, what, like, algebra, like, or what math class you needed to be placed into, like, when you went into their school, what English you should be in, what history level because, I mean, the kids are all coming from different schools, so you don't really...
So they didn't want to know why you wanted to come here?
No, it was like, baseline knowledge to know what, like, academics you knew.
I see. Bradley spent 4 years at St. Ed, I believe, playing 3 sports.
Yep, all 4
Wrestling,
years.
Soccer, and football.
And track.
Oh, 4 sports.
Well, so, yeah, freshman year was soccer.
I got the first one wrong. I put 3 down here for some reason. I forgot about track.
Yeah, freshman year I played soccer, wrestling, track. And then I switched and then played football, wrestling, track. And then from then on out, I was football, wrestling, track.
And I think you told me that decision from soccer to football was a little bit iffy for you at the time.
Yeah, it was really iffy for me.
But you made the right one, didn't you?
Yeah, in the end, which is crazy.
Did you ever make the right one? 8-time state champion. Do I have that right? 2 in football and 6 in wrestling?
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds right.
So I got that one right. Take me back to the football championships, the difference between the first one and the second one.
Yeah. I remember, the only thing I remember, like, the major difference was similar guys, similar team both years. A couple guys here and there, graduated, but it was similar team. But I remember that third one, it was me going for my second, like, with the team state championship, but the team going for the third, the unbearable pressure to win it again. Like, the whole, I mean, we had all the guys returning, and we were going for the three-peat, because it was a...
And you were the favorite?
We were the favorite.
You were the favorite.
It was a question mark. The second one that we run, the second one we won in a row was a question mark, because they won it my freshman year, which I played soccer, and then it was a whole turnover of new guys. It would be my sophomore year. So that was the season that had, like, a question mark on it. Like, can St. Ed's do it again, right? Then we did it again with the new group of guys,
That's incredible.
And then the third year was like, it's the same kids coming back again. They better do, like we're expected to do it again. And I just remember that whole season, just the weight of like, we have to win it. We were ranked top 25 in the country. Where, like the pressure was a lot my junior year, just as a team to win it again.
Help me with this, Bradley. Obviously, you got to have a lot of talent to play to win a state championship. Was St. Ed's on the 2 championship teams? Would you say that talent won it, or you guys also had great coaching?
Oh, it was both.
In other words, could any coach go in there and win that state championship?
No, I don't think so.
Explain that for us.
I wouldn't say any there's no way any coach could just walk in. Like Lombardo and Pappas, listen, there was a ton of coaches on staff, but just off the top of my head, like a head coach, assistant coach, they're the same level as Division I college coaches in high school. Like I know Lombardo has turned down many job opportunities to go like be like offensive coordinators at Division I schools. I know that for a fact. And it's one thing to have talent, but a difference, like just off the top of my head, and I think this is what came to bite us my senior year in the state semifinals when we lost. We didn't play together from kindergarten to
That's right.
12th grade.
That's right,
and
too.
You're not like,
See, I didn't even think about that.
You have like a quarterback receiver duo who have been playing together since they're 7 years old, and they just, have that chemistry together. Well, we don't necessarily have that. Like
I said, the great communication skills, obviously.
Yeah, so that's just one thing, like as a coach, I think at like a school like that is different. Like you have to gel guys fast, like, it's different, but the coaching plays a huge role in it too. The other teams we played, the other teams we played have really talented guys too. So it definitely comes down to, St. Ed's, the coaches there are phenomenal. So,
yes, you said the word for me. 6 wrestling state championships. Of those 6, is there one that stands out for you?
Well, 6 meaning what, like?
That you won the state championship in the wrestling.
Well, technically, like with wrestling, it was like 2
weight class, right? Is that what we're going by?
Well, it's kind of so they have a state championship for the like individual state tournament as a team, and then they also have like duels. Like you duel off a team. They have a dual state championship. So we won both of those all 4 years. So technically, if you count like both those, it's 8 like team state championships, and then like individually, I placed 4 times. But it was really cool. Like looking back, like wrestling for St. Ed's was one of like the coolest experiences because like wrestling for like a historically like the best program, like, and we're not even talking like in the state, like in the country, like one of the best. We weren't number 1 like currently, but over a long period of time, like St. Ed's has been a dominant like powerhouse.
Aren't they more known for that?
Oh, they're
for
100% more known for wrestling than football. And like just walking into like, let's say like Ironman, Powerade, we're talking the biggest wrestling tournaments in the country, like walking in there just as a St. Ed's wrestler wearing your St. Ed's like gear, it's just like everyone kind of looks and like, oh, there's St. Ed's, there's the team, there's the, like, it you know what I mean? Whether we were the number 1 team in the country, my years we were like more number 5 team in the country, number 6, number 7 team in the country, but it's just like, it was just really cool just walking in kind of like, I do wrestle for St. Ed's, it was like, again, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to wrestle
absolutely.
for,
What's intriguing to me, Bradley, though, is you actually went there for wrestling.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then I think you told me that you ended up putting football ahead of wrestling.
Yeah.
I thought I'd never see it. Because
It wasn't even
you started
necessary.
wrestling at first grade, kindergarten?
I was 4 years
4.
old. But it wasn't necessarily by choice. Like, it ended up being by choice, I guess. But the football season goes so late. Like we were playing in December. Yeah, so it's like it wasn't my choice that like football was cutting so far into wrestling. It was just that we were playing 16 football games, and it just I didn't have an option. What was I going to do, bail on the football team and be like, oh, sorry, guys, like the last 3 games of the year I'm going to go wrestle? Like, I had to finish out football. And then I was coming into wrestling so late. I mean, and that was tough because
I would think so.
I wasn't in shape. I'm going from football shape to wrestling shape.
Okay, and that's the difference?
Oh my, yeah.
Explain what would...
Complete different.
Give me one main thing that would be different.
Like, cardio.
Cardio.
I mean, a football, you are playing for what? How long does a game last? I mean, like over a 2-hour time span, you're normally, going from like, you run a play for, we'll say, 6 seconds. A play is 6 seconds long. And you're giving all your effort for 6 seconds, and then you stand there for, what, 35 seconds? And then wrestling, you're going for 6 minutes as hard as you possibly can, the entire time, the entire match. So it's just completely different. Like, the stamina is much, you have to be much higher for wrestling.
I've had some of my Conneaut kids tell me that it's actually wrestling is harder training than football. Do you buy that?
Yes, not even close. I mean, not even
I bet
close.
a lot of people probably wouldn't realize that. People that don't really understand wrestling, I think.
It's not even close.
It's not close.
No, not even close. And if someone says differently, they haven't been
lying to you.
they haven't been in like a top-notch wrestling room being really trained for, high-level wrestling.
All right, let's go to Princeton now for a minute here. I'm jumping all over the place here because I got so many things I want to talk to you about. What are you studying?
So right now, my major is economics.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, Princeton's
So
a
you
little
wanna be in
different.
business?
Yeah. Like, Princeton's a little different. They're the number one undergraduate university in the country. But, so, what your major there doesn't directly correlate to what, field you end up working in. So a lot of it ends up, it's your internships that you get over summertime. Like your summer internships, they just want to see oh, you went to Princeton. They know you are smart because you made it through the classes. They know you work hard because, you have to work hard to get good grades. And that's what they're looking for in their business. I mean, how much in college do you really learn, exactly how to do your job? You learn your job when you go, and that's what the internships are for. So then, once you major in, you can really major in almost, whatever you want. Unless you want to be a doctor or you want to be a lawyer, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You have to take pre-med. But if you want to go in the business world, you can take economics, you can take politics, and then your internships that you do over summertime then gets you into your field that you want to work in. So if you want to be in private equity, get private equity internships. If you want to be an investment banker, get investment banking internships. That's what gets you in the door to your job, is the internships.
Mm-hmm. Did you know anybody there when you first went there?
No.
Anybody from the area at all?
Actually, I've met people close. There's a kid that lives in Chardon who runs track there, actually. So I met him, but he just happened to be in one of my classes, and he was like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Ohio." He's like, "Me too." He's like, "I'm from Chardon." I was like, "Oh, that's 45 minutes away." So.
How many classes do you take?
So right now I had 4 classes this semester. I'll have 4 classes next semester.
All in the daytime or some in the evening?
I mean, I had one at 7:30 to 8:30 at night, but. Yeah, that was a long day. It's all
go ahead.
Around football. My classes are around football practice.
Back to sports for a minute, wrestling. I got here 5th in the state as a freshman. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is another thing on his resume. And in track, 4th in the state for the 4x800. Is that correct?
Yeah, for freshman year.
Wow. Now, if they told you, Bradley, you could only play one of those 4 sports. You can't play the other 3. You could only play one.
For what, high school?
High school, and then tell me in college, too.
Well,
you can only play one.
I guess football.
It's got to be, I would think, yeah.
I'm still playing football. But wrestling's a huge part of me. And
it is a huge part of you.
It still eats at me a lot. My goal was to win a state championship in wrestling individually, and I came up just short twice, like being in the finals twice, taking second 2 times, and it still haunts me, but
it's just an impressive resume. I just want to make sure I got these things right. You led your team in goals as a freshman in soccer.
yeah.
This is as a freshman now we're talking. Now, did you play soccer? I know you played in the city leagues and stuff, but at the middle school, or did we have?
I did not.
Did we have soccer?
We did, yeah. What I did in middle school, I played football for Conneaut Middle School, and then I played soccer up in Erie for like a travel team.
Okay.
So that's what I did.
So I don't look at you as a soccer and track player. I look at you as football
Yeah.
and wrestling. You were second in the state as a sophomore wrestler, is that correct?
Yep.
And 6th in the state as a junior wrestler?
Yeah.
This is just awesome. All right, back to Princeton now. About how large of a school is it in terms of kids attending?
I think there's around 4,000 undergraduates.
4,000.
So it's not that big. Like, it's big, but compared to, like, other Division I schools, it's not a crazy amount of students.
Most fascinating thing for you so far at Princeton?
I'd say just the people, like, that I talk to and I meet. Like, they're all just... Everyone has their own different story that is...
Now, you're talking kids or you're talking teachers and stuff?
Both. I mean, both. Because, like, some of the teachers are, like, win crazy awards and, like, in their fields that they're, get recognized for being, like, the best, discovering some new thing in science or writing a paper, or, like, even my, like, writing sem teachers, is an author, like a published author. That's her job. And she also teaches at Princeton. So it's just, like... But even the kids, just like their backgrounds, what they did in high school, what their parents do for work, it's all just, that's the most interesting thing, is the people that go there.
Mm-hmm. Is it a wealthy area?
Yeah.
You played 46 games of football in 3 years, is that right?
Yeah.
You tied a school record in 22 and 23 for state champs, right? That ties a school record. No other player has done that?
No, for state championships, yes. I broke the school record for...
A kid from Conneaut.
I broke the school record for varsity letters. Because I had 12 varsity letters. Mm-hmm. So that was what I
think I have that on my notes here somewhere. 2nd team All-Ohio.
Yeah.
For defense in Division I.
Uh-huh.
Also a team captain.
Yep.
Were you a team captain every year?
I was just my senior year.
Is only seniors can be team captains? I'd like to know a little bit about team captains. What are the qualities?
Well, everyone thinks,
even on a high school level.
Well, some people think it's always the best players that are like the team captains, which is not true. I think to be a captain, it's people listen to what you have to say. You could be the best player on the team, and if you're, cocky or mean to everyone, like, no one wants to listen, no one wants to follow. Like, being a captain is being able to lead, being able to talk to people, being able to pick up your teammates when they're down. Someone has a bad play, not just, yelling at them like the coaches are going to, or, it's more than just being the best player. It's about being a good teammate.
Uniform number 43, what's significant about that number?
Well, 2 things. So, sophomore year... Like, sophomores don't play varsity at St. Ed's. There's a freshman...
No sophomore.
Well, I mean, like, people do, but it's, like, really, really rare. Especially to start, like, on the football team. And so freshman year, they have freshman football. Freshmen play freshman football. Sophomore year, like, 99.9% of the sophomores play JV football. And then
let me stop you there for a minute. Because
I
used to have this discussion with Rocco on that. So if a sophomore is superior to a senior, he can't play on the varsity?
Oh, he can.
Oh, he can.
Yeah, and that's like how I kind of got, worked my way in. Yeah, I mean, but then, so this is where the number comes from. So obviously then when you pick numbers, it goes seniors, juniors, pick, and then normally sophomores don't even get to pick because they don't even dress. But I was left with, okay, you're a sophomore, you're going to play. You get last choice. So they're like, do you want number 41, 42, or 43? And I was like, well, I guess I'll be 43 for Troy Polamalu. And then I had such a crazy year that I started getting recruited by coaches, like Division I coaches, and they all knew me as number 43 from St. Ed's. I mean, that's how they'd text Coach Lombardo, hey, who's number 43 on your team? Who's this? So it's like, then my junior year, I could have picked any number I wanted because I had made a name for myself. And, but then it was like, why am I going to change my number when everyone knows me as 43? I mean, because I also, like, no one knew me up there. So as a kid, coming from Conneaut, you go, all the fans, all this, well, who is this kid? Well, then they knew me as 43. So I just didn't want to switch. So then I carried it out, and now I'm 43 at Princeton again. So it's just kind of stuck with me.
Big defensive player, Bradley Eaton, but you also did some offense. Weren't you a running back in one of those years?
Yeah, my senior year I played both ways, which is...
Do you like the offensive side?
I do. I had a lot of fun with it. It was a lot of fun for me because...
I think you did. I got you here in your senior year, 16 touchdowns.
Yeah.
81 tackles.
Yep.
47 of those were solo.
Yep.
11 pass breakups. 2 picks. 1 blocked punt.
Yep.
14 Division I offers. Amazing. Just absolutely amazing. All-purpose yards, 1,219. Senior year. This is just senior year.
Yeah, it's just senior year.
Is that right?
Yep.
And rushing, I guess you had 705 yards rushing in your senior year.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. Of all those, which ones... Well, I always ask this question. If I'm guessing, you like the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, it was fun, though, my senior year, like, scoring touchdowns and stuff, because I knew, like, 2 years prior, like, oh, I can play offense, too. But, like, people don't play both ways at St. Ed's. Like, it's just not what we do. We have so many guys on the team. Like, it's a long season. It's 16 games. But then our running back ended up going down, and I was like, I can play running back. And Coach Lombardo knew that, and so he gave me a shot. And those numbers aren't even from all season. I only played probably 8 games at running back.
Out of 13 or 14?
Yeah, out of 14 games. So I probably played 8 or 9 games at running back. And but, I mean, prior to that, like, earlier in the season, I was returning kicks. So I was still getting the ball. That's why
very versatile.
Yeah. So I literally was just trying to do it all, so.
Now, you also got to speak to somebody that's a big name, although he's about ready to get fired.
Yeah.
You got to speak to Kevin Stefanski. Tell us about that experience.
That was one of the coolest experiences I've had, especially in football.
This was in 2024 when he didn't know that was going to happen to him, right?
Yeah. Well, so we were playing St. Joe's Prep, which is his alma mater, and the game was the best in Ohio versus the best in PA, because St. Joe's Prep is just national powerhouse, hands down, the best team in Pennsylvania. And, we were deemed the best team in Ohio, so they came up and played us, and obviously Kevin Stefanski, living in Cleveland, came to the game, and I had the game of my life, and I ended up blocking a punt for a touchdown. I returned a 96-yard kickoff for a touchdown. I had a ton of tackles, a ton of pass breakups. I had an interception, and we ended up beating St. Joe's Prep, which was crazy because they were ranked like 12 in the country at the time. And Kevin Stefanski, I was like talking to my coach after the game, and he was like, "Hey, Kevin Stefanski wants to talk to you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I went over to him, and he was just like telling me that was like an awesome game I played, and he was joking, and then with Coach Lombardo, if he could borrow me for Sunday and stuff. So it was just we got a picture together. It was really cool, just for
that had to be neat.
Yeah, because think of the guys that he is around daily, that he watches play football. So just for him to give a compliment.
It's not easy being a coach, is it? I mean, he's won Coach of the Year twice, and now he's about getting ready to be let go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 3 choices: St. Ignatius, mentor, or someone else. Who did you like beating the most?
Beating. Well,
in football.
Yeah. St. Ignatius, they always talk. They talked a big game.
You mean chirp?
Yeah, they would run their mouths so much, but they could never back it up. Looking back, I loved beating St. Ignatius, but at the same time, it was a running clock at halftime, and I was standing on the sideline for the second half of the game because we were winning 48-0 by that time. So it's the games were fun. It was absolutely packed, but we destroyed them every year. I mean, like, Menor was a fun game that we played. They were 13-0. Everyone thought they were unbeatable. They called it. They were literally calling it in that team that we beat my senior year, the dream team, like Menor's dream team, 13-0, and they couldn't get through us. But I guess I would say Ignatius.
St. Ignatius.
Yeah, but I wish they were a little
What are
like
they, the Wildcats?
yeah, because there was a lot of like build up to those games.
Mm-hmm. When you say chirping, I always think trash talking is kind of healthy if you can back it up.
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
Yeah. Oh, I think.
But isn't it? It is good for
I
the
think
sport.
it. Yeah, it is. I mean, I remember just looking back, like they would make like Instagram accounts and stuff, and they would post like pictures of like crazy things, like just like bad pictures of like us, not anything inappropriate, just like like funny pictures that they get a hold of like my buddies like on the team or me, and then they post it, and it was a big build up to the game, and that's what was fun about it. Like, you would get like mad and be like, oh man, I really want to stick it to these guys, and then so it was fun.
Now, on the college level, when you're on the football field, do you personally, do you ever talk to the officials about certain calls or anything like that?
Well, I think as you get older, like, I would never say it's like good to like argue with the officials, but I will say like as I've gotten older, I talk to the officials more, just like to try to get like explanation on calls or
how about trying to maybe get the next call?
Yeah, definitely too. That just like sometimes be like, yo, ref, he's pushing off of me every time at the top of his routes. Can you please just look for that? Mm-hmm. I do that a lot just to like say like, hey, this he's holding me every time on this. Like, can you just watch it? And sometimes it works out to your advantage the next play. Like maybe he does watch it and he's like, you're not lying. But in the end, it's never. The more you yell at a ref, the less they're gonna wanna.
Now, do the college officials? Do they kind of like ignore the trash talking like most
definitely.
High school officials
definitely.
do?
It's
I mean, they can only take so much. I understand.
Yeah,
but
it is different. I mean, instead of I guess high school, you'd think of like kids. College, you think of more like pretty much grown men. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely more intense. Like the hitting in college is a lot harder. Like everyone hits harder. You put 22 Division I football players on a field at the same time and let them go at it. Like there's some hard hits. It's brutal.
Would they like give you a warning and say knock it off next time I'm going to call something or?
Yeah, I guess. I mean
if the trash talking is severe or something.
Yeah, definitely.
They would do that. Yeah. Okay. So pretty similar, only probably more lenient.
A little bit more, but.
Let's see. Where am I? Okay. Well, it's got to be probably the state championships games. I don't even know why, but I'm going to ask it. Biggest win at St. Ed for you?
Yeah.
Biggest win.
Like overall
your
sports?
Whole career there.
Like
your biggest win in any sport, yes.
I don't know. I'll just one off the top of my head. I mean, the state championship football games were awesome, but my senior year, state semifinals of wrestling, I was down 6-1. I mean, I was 6-1 at the end of the first period against the kid, and I ended up coming back, winning and holding on the final seconds. And I just remember looking up, and my whole family was just going crazy up in the stands, and it was I'd made the finals again for the second time as a senior, and I was it was a really cool moment.
I'm glad you mentioned that wrestling, because I was just at a recent wrestling match. This Conneaut kid was down 20-9. He ended up winning on a pin. Is that unusual?
I mean, yeah.
How do you the kid that's ahead 20-9 and then gets pinned?
That's a high scoring match.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was amazing to me. Yep, you already mentioned the 12 varsity letters. I had that in here, but what you didn't tell me yet, 2025 Man of the Year nominated by classmates and selected by faculty. What was that? That had to be a thrill.
That was...
Was that more than just sports, though, obviously?
Yeah, that was
academics and everything, right?
That was
had to be a thrill.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest honors. That's probably the biggest honor I've ever got in my life. Coming from here, knowing no one up there, and then going there, and then within 4 years, winning the biggest award at the school was something I never thought was even possible. Like, I actually remember this, like, my dad, like, walking through, because, like, they have, like, a hallway of, like, just the man of the year, like, and there are pictures of each one from each class. And my dad, I remember him saying, he's like, that would be cool if you were, like, up there one day or something. And I was like, yeah, right, Dad. Like, I know no one. Like, no one even knows who I am, you know? And I remember, like, saying that. Like, Dad, that's not even realistic. Like, I know no one here. And then, like, senior year, it was getting close. And then, like, the kids voted for kids in the class who they thought it should be. And then I remember just thinking, like, I wonder, like, if, you know, I would get picked. And then they did the announcements, and I got selected by my classmates. And then I wasn't even really worried, like, about it, because I was just like, that was such an honor in itself. Like, just my classmates picking me, that I wasn't even like...
So they nominate.
Yeah, my class.
And
then the entire faculty and staff of the school then picks out of those 4 kids who they think it should be. And then, yeah, that night I got it, and I was, like, in shock.
What an honor.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You have really been an incredible young man, Bradley Eaton. All right, Brad, let's have a little fun now. Biggest pet peeve?
Biggest pet peeve? One thing that drives me crazy, which is, like, when people use...
Coming on my show?
No. Like, when people use, like, abbreviated words in their, like, everyday language. Like, instead of saying, like, definitely, being, like, like, try to, like... I just don't like that. Like, you know, it's, like, one thing to, like, text. It's one thing to, like, text with that stuff, but I just don't like when people, like, talk with it.
Yep. Fill in the blank. You do not want to go your entire life without blank.
I'd say traveling the world. Getting to see the world, you know?
Mm-hmm. What's your average class size at Princeton?
Oh, it depends. Like, one class I have, like, 500 kids in the class, and another class I have 12.
What's it like with the 500?
It's crazy.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, it's just like a huge auditorium.
Is it in a gymnasium?
No, it's like just an auditorium. There's like a stage with a screen with the professor stands on and talks, and then it's just like seats. It's like it's there's a lot of people in there.
You're a busy guy, so how do you manage your time?
I always balance my time with, like, some free time in there too. Like, I find myself, like, if I have, like, a huge paper to write, I'll work on the paper for, like, an hour, and then I'll spend, like, 15 minutes on my phone. Like, oh, okay, like, I got a lot done. I'm going to take a break for 15 minutes. I'll go up and get a drink. And then, like, so I feel like that helps me a lot with balancing and being, like, productive, because I think if you just schedule your days out with no breaks or no time, like, to enjoy yourself or, like, have you know, some time to yourself, then you're not going to be productive. So I think that's, like, a big part.
Okay, here are your choices. I'm going to give you your choices before I give you the question. You can say daily, weekly, a few times a month, or rarely.
Okay.
How often, if ever, do you check the weather forecast?
What were the options?
Daily, weekly, a few times a month, or rarely?
I'd say a couple days a week.
Okay. So
I know that's not one of them, but, like,
the younger people.
like,
Us older people check it every day.
Yeah,
every hour.
I'm not every day, but definitely, like, a few days a week.
You check it on a game day.
Oh yeah. Game days definitely, and I'll check it, like, days out prior to the game day to get an idea. Because like a big thing, like, I like to, like, envision myself, like, making plays in games or, like, stuff like that, and I like to, you know, if it's, like, gonna be, like, a night game and it's gonna be snowing, you know, I'm thinking about in my head running through plays and it's, like, daytime and, you know, beautiful out. Like, it's just not the same. So, but also a big thing, like, at school, like, it gets cold there, you know, just like I'm not in, like, Florida, just it gets cold there just like here, and I just check the weather just to know what I gotta wear to class.
And now when you said you check it on game day in advance, is that because you prepare differently for the weather?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like if it's going to be a rainy night.
Yeah, it's going to be a rainy night, you know they're going to, like, run the ball more. So you got to just be more prepared for the run. If it's going to be windy, they're going to run the ball more. If it's, like, perfect weather, they're going to...
Is it tougher for defenders on a rainy, muddy field? course, you're
Well,
playing
now
on
we're
turf,
playing on
aren't
turf, so we don't
you?
even
You
know.
like playing on turf.
Eh,
All our high schools are now playing on turf.
yeah.
We're going to get one here next year.
There's something to be said about playing on like a grass field, like just a muddy jersey at the end of a rainy game. Like you don't get that on a turf field. And the other thing that people don't talk about is like turf burn. Turf burn hurts. Like you play, either defense or offense, and you're getting hit and falling to the ground, 30 times a game.
Yeah.
It burns your arms. It hurts. It's like falling on carpet.
Fact or myth? Do players get hurt more on turf than on grass?
Well, my dad always says like he sees more of like ACL tears nowadays, and like he said like that wasn't even like really a thing, like when he was in, my age. Like it was a thing, but you didn't see it as much, and so it's like it's got to be some reason it's happening more. I don't know that you could specifically blame it on turf, but it's definitely some.
Bradley, favorite memory when you were a kid?
Probably just I think all the times like with my siblings, just like doing like fun things like playing with them or going places, going on vacations with them, I think is like the memories that I think about the most.
Speaking of siblings, that Drew's in middle school now?
Yeah.
I think he's going to be taller than you.
He
Brad.
is. Oh, he definitely. He's almost.
I mean, he's not now, but I mean, I think.
Yeah, he's really close
You
now.
think he
but
will be?
His build is like completely different than mine. Like he's like tall and lanky.
Yeah.
Where like I just like never had that. I was never like lanky.
Is
He's
basketball his favorite?
I think he
or
likes
baseball?
football. I think he likes football the most.
He
But
plays baseball too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You think he likes football the most?
I think yeah.
Okay. Does he ever go to you for advice on sports?
I think he figures it out himself. Like he doesn't need me to guide him because what people don't realize like he's insane at the sports he plays too. Like he's insane. He's an insane football player. He's an insane like he's
intense.
Yeah, he's better than I was at his age. It's just he's not at that age yet where you get to be on the big stage, and he's gonna be on the big stage here in the next few years, and everyone's going to be like, oh my gosh, look at how crazy Drew is. Well, Drew's been crazy since he was, he's been tearing it up for as long as I can remember. So he doesn't really need my advice on anything because arguably Drew's got better hands catching the football than I do. And I'm a Division I football player, and I'd probably say I'd bet on him to catch the ball, over me.
So he's basketball, football,
and baseball.
Baseball. Okay. No wrestling.
No wrestling.
He did at one time?
He did for a while,
I thought so, yeah. Let's see here. One thing you remember doing that definitely you shouldn't have?
Oh. Jeez.
Well, be careful. JJ or Don's going to be watching.
I don't know. I don't know.
Nothing comes to mind?
Not like off the... I mean, there was like times like just getting hurt, like doing stuff like outside of football or like outside of sports that you're just like, that was not worth it. Like getting in a bike accident or something, just like riding your bike around, like just looking back like, oh, that wasn't worth all that. Just stuff like that, I guess.
Okay, here are your choices. Emotional, carefree, intense, or something else. How would you describe yourself?
I think I'm an emotional guy. Emotional, intense. Like, not like emotional in a weird way, but like, I think I get pretty like amped up, like to do things. I get excited about things. I think I'm pretty intense, like with my like emotions towards things.
Mm-hmm. Scariest thing you have ever done?
Scariest.
There's no fear in Bradley.
I mean, scariest. That's tough. I mean, I've been on some like pretty scary like. I'm not the best with like heights, like drop, and I remember like one time I was in an amusement park. It wasn't around here. I was like visiting my cousins in like North Carolina or South Carolina, and we went on this ride that they wanted to go to, and it was this like crane that like pulled you up in this like, I was wearing like a harness, and it like pulled us right up to the top, and you're like facing straight down, and you just like pulled a lever and you just like fell straight to the ground.
Oh yeah, that would.
I didn't like
scary.
that. Yeah, I didn't like that.
Do you cook?
Not like anything sophisticated.
Okay, but you have cooked.
Yeah, like yeah.
All right, in your eyes, define a good person. What does that mean to you?
It says like, oh, that's a good guy or a
Yeah.
good person. I think.
What are you looking for in a person that makes them a good person?
Yeah, I think like treating other people the way that you want to be treated. Like that's like cliche, but I think that like actually goes a long way because. If it's just like people, I like when people think about how others feel and like help them and like they think before they say, and if it's like gonna put someone else down, then they don't say it, or like they just like look out for other people besides themselves.
That's good. Mm-hmm. Worst pain.
Oh, like right off the top of my head, I remember junior year, I had like a high ankle sprain, which isn't even like one of the, like I've broken bones, but that was the worst pain.
During the season?
Yeah, that was the worst pain I ever had, like from an injury, like on the ground. Like I remember I was like I was yelling. It hurt so bad.
How many games did you miss?
1.
Only 1?
Yeah, I did it on a Thursday.
Do you remember how you did it?
Yeah, I was like, it was like a scout team, and I was like covering the scout team receiver, and I was on top of the route, and he tripped and he fell, and when he fell, he like landed right on my ankle, and we were on a full sprint, and he just caught me in the ground,
Mm-hmm.
and I ended up, it was that hurt really bad.
Because we're all human, Bradley, we can get angry, we can get frustrated, and we can get disappointed. Which one of those 3 would you say you probably have experienced more? Being angry, being frustrated, or being disappointed?
Probably, I would probably say like both, like a mixture of anger and frustration. I mean, disappointed, like, yes and no. Disappointed is like stuff. I guess you're like upset at something that like in my mind is like.
Well, I'm disappointed because we don't have a game tonight.
Well, yeah. So I guess that's what I'm saying though. But I think it's more stuff that's out of your control.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're disappointed about something. So I don't like to like think too much about
Right.
things that are out of my control. So I guess more like angry and frustrated, like losing, in anything. Like I get like pretty
Angry
mad.
or frustrated or both?
Both. Like I don't like really like to after a loss. People know just like not to talk to me.
That's what I should have asked you, Bradley. Have you guys ever, the whole 4 years you were there, did you ever go into a football game as an underdog?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
we did.
we were playing like national schedule. We weren't just playing teams.
Right,
around.
I know.
Like here, I mean, like St. Joe's Prep. I was telling you, like
guys traveled a lot.
Yeah, we were playing like the best, some of the best teams in the country, not just around here. So we were definitely underdogs quite often. But yeah, just losing. I don't like that. Angry and frustrated.
Favorite cartoon as a kid?
Curious George.
Ooh, my son liked that too. Yep. Do you have a favorite quote?
Yeah, I like the one I used for like my senior year was like, it's not the size of the dog in the fight, it's the size of the fight in the dog. I'm like a smaller guy, and like when people like look at me, they think like, oh, he can't really play football. It's like,
Favorite sports team? Favorite professional sports team to watch on television?
Steelers.
Did you watch them yesterday?
Oh, yeah, I was at the game. Yeah,
Oh, you were?
It was frustrating.
Now, on TV, it didn't look like they were saying that the Steeler fans were going to outnumber the Brown fans. It didn't look like that.
It didn't, but I mean, there was definitely a lot of Steelers fans there for it being an away game.
No, I forgot you were a Steelers fan. Now, did they play scared? To me, it looks like they played scared, and it also looks like they were more concerned about Myles Garrett than winning that game.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing. I think. Now this is like, but the Steelers don't need to worry about a sack record.
Right.
They're worried about going to the playoffs. The Browns are worried about a sack record because they're 4-11 or whatever, 3-11. So I wouldn't say like they were too worried about that because they're playing for a lot more than a sack record. Now, do I think Aaron Rodgers had that in the back?
Scared.
I think he had it in the back of his mind, like, hey, if I'm gonna get sacked by Myles Garrett, I'm gonna, get rid of the ball. But I mean, just think as a player though, like that's not what I would be thinking about if I was out there playing.
He's not going to get that record.
Well,
My son says yes, he will, because the Bengals don't have a good offensive line.
Yeah, that's what my brother says too.
I don't think he's going to get it because these teams are running a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't
he's
think
getting double. He's getting double teamed too.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have any conspiracy theories?
That's a good one. I wouldn't say like. I mean, the one that I always like look into is like the JFK assassination, like the magical bullet, like just stuff like that. But I wouldn't necessarily say like I'm like sold on like anything like, oh, I think this is like 100% true. But I just like I do like look into things because I mean, if you don't question anything in life, like
Right.
you know, you can't just believe everything you're told.
And that's why you're where you're at today. Guilty pleasure food.
Oh, probably ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah.
Any particular flavor?
Cookie dough, cookies and cream. Probably my two favorites.
No matter how much money you had, what would you not spend it on?
Not spend it on? That's a good one. Like,
See that, Bob? Another good one.
yeah, it is a good.
Don't tell him that.
Something I wouldn't buy.
Even if you have this money, it's something you just would not spend money on.
Yeah. I don't.
Would you spend money on going to the movie theaters now when you got all these movie channels?
Yeah, because I think
would?
like I love going to like a movie
Yeah, I
theater.
do
Like
too.
when it's like a good movie, it's
Yeah.
like changes the whole experience.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I'm sure there's something, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay. Let's see here. What should I have for you here? I'm skipping some of this stuff. Do you believe in other planet life of any form?
I mean,
Whether it's people, plants, water,
Yeah.
or animals?
if you're saying like space is endless, I mean, there's got to be something else out there somewhere. You know, even if I'm not saying there's something as far as advanced as we are, but you know, maybe like some.
Well, where there's water, there's got to be some kind
There's
of
something,
life, right?
yeah. That's what I mean. Like somewhere out there, I guess.
When you receive a gift, would you rather have a physical gift, a gift card, or cash?
I would say a physical gift.
A physical.
I'm really bad with gift cards. Like I just like, I don't carry
You
a
misplace
wallet.
them?
Yeah, I don't carry a wallet. I like, and I don't. I go places. I'm like, oh, I have a gift card here, and then I didn't bring it, so I'm not the best with gift cards.
Now, this is almost an unfair question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. You're not here. You're not on your football field. You're not in school. You're just at home.
Mm-hmm.
Introvert or extrovert?
Oh, probably extrovert. I'm always causing trouble at
You're
home.
always chatting.
Yeah, messing around,
Okay.
getting my brothers and sisters going, getting the dog going.
Is working out a chore for you?
I mean, it's like everything. I wouldn't say like overall no, but there's definitely days like I did not want to. Like I can think back of Christmas Day. I was like relaxing. I did not want to go to the gym that day, but I had to, you know. So definitely not all the time, but sometimes it is.
Okay, here's your choices. Cake or cookies.
Uh-huh.
Meat or sugar. Pizza or wings. Pop or beer. If you had to give up one.
Out of all those,
You had to give it up.
you said cake.
Cake and cookies.
I'd give up cake and cookies.
So you give up the sugar.
Yeah, I'm not a huge. I don't really like cake at all. I don't like frosting, so then it would really only be cookies that I'm giving up.
Okay. All right. These are inherited traits. You got to tell me who you picked these traits up from.
Okay.
Your sense of humor.
Probably my mom.
Your hair color.
I guess. I know my mom and dad both had blonde hair when they were like younger. Well, my dad's hair is black now. But
So you're going with?
I'll go
Gotta pick
my
somebody.
dad. I'll go with my dad.
Sleep patterns.
Probably my mom. My dad doesn't sleep that much.
Motivation.
My mom and dad are both very motivated people. If you know that, so
Yes, I do know
that's
that.
both of them. I can't. That'd be disrespectful to say that one of them's not motivated.
Face shape.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I know.
Who are you picking?
Your dad.
Okay, then my dad.
Is that you don't think so?
I don't know.
Oh. Let's see here. Voice tone. Oh, that's easy for me too.
I've heard recently that I sound a lot like my dad.
Exactly.
I've heard
yes. Let's see here. I'm skipping over some of them. Smile.
My mom, I've heard that.
Yeah, I would say that. Now, eye color.
Probably my mom.
Your mom. Height.
Neither.
Neither.
I didn't get height from either of them.
Do I dare ask this one? Intelligence. Say both.
Well, both, but my mom says my dad. But
Really?
yeah.
Okay, that's that. All right. Here's one question I have for you, Bradley. If your life was a story, what would it be titled? You know your life better than anybody. What would it be titled? The Decisions?
Nah, I'd just be probably like chase your dreams or something. You know,
yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
A lot
I
of
like
people.
that better than The Decisions.
Yeah. It's a lot of people that.
Chase your dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what.
What chore do you absolutely despise doing?
Despise. That's a strong word. I don't like doing laundry. Don't like it at all.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind if I said the word vegetables?
Probably broccoli. I like broccoli.
What fashion trend do you wish would disappear forever?
Fashion trend. Oh.
It's almost over, Bradley. One more little card.
These are tough questions. A fashion trend that I don't know. It's a bad something that people wear that I don't.
You like your pants with holes already in them?
Oh,
I don't know.
like
I feel
jeans?
but I feel like those are kind of going away. Like that was kind of a few years ago. I don't know. I don't have anything that I like
How
despise.
about the tattoo?
Tattoos? I mean, I don't
They're
have.
not going away. They seem to be increasing.
Yeah, I think a lot of people get tattoos. I mean, I'm not gonna get any tattoos, but I mean, I think some people get like meaningful tattoos. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe some like haircuts, just like some odd
that's
haircuts.
a good one.
Yeah.
Or eyeglasses. People don't want to seem to wear eyeglasses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All you can do is give me one word that describes you in these categories.
All right.
Just one word.
All right.
Personality. Oh, come on.
Personality would be like, say probably extrovert.
How you communicate. One word.
Talking a lot.
Social life. One word.
Social. Widespread.
Ooh. One word. Private life.
Tight.
Christmas.
Magical.
What are you thankful for?
My family.
When it comes to schoolwork, we won't say college, maybe down in the grade school level or high school level. Would you rather do schoolwork by yourself or as a group?
By myself.
What surprises you about others in a classroom setting? High school.
School. There's the people's smarts, intelligence.
Do you like virtual learning?
No.
And the last thing I have for you, Bradley, if you had to do one of these things, what are you doing? Are you going to dance in front of a group of people, or are you going to sing in front of a group of people?
Well, my mom always says the two things I can't do is sing and dance.
Oh.
But I would say sing, because I think I would embarrass myself way more if I was
So
dancing.
you would pick singing.
Yeah, I would just do like a karaoke or something.
Well, Bradley, I appreciate you coming on my show. Good luck in your career at Princeton. And we'll get you on again maybe in the summertime when we get back. Now, you're on winter break until when?
I'm here till January, I think like 26th. So I get a long break. Yeah.
Wow, that is. And then you go from what to what, May?
Yeah, go until May.
Okay. So you started when? This last Friday, the 19th, right? You came home?
Technically, yes, but I got to come home a little earlier. I got to come home, I think, this 17th. I came home.
Okay. Well, good luck to you. You're always a great interviewer. You're a great kid. You're a talented kid. And, yeah, good luck.
Well, thank you for having me on. I
Yep.
appreciate it.
Bradley Eaton on Around the Town with Chuck.